The rise of renting in America is reshaping neighborhoods and changing savings patterns.
Elon Musk continues his criticism of Disney and progressive ideals. Tech hubs are losing the talent war as talent and funding spread to smaller cities.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul rejects a ban on non-compete agreements.
Former Navy SEAL Jack Carr's books are being turned into a TV show.
President Biden convinced Netanyahu to halt a preemptive strike against Hezbollah. The Israeli military is close to controlling Gaza's north. The U.S. accuses Iran of striking a tanker near India with a drone.
Greg Abel is preparing for a Berkshire Hathaway without Warren Buffett.
Nelson Peltz resigns from the Wiesenthal board over a tweet by its chairman calling for a boycott of Ben & Jerry's.
A tax credit designed with good intentions has become a mess for the government. The Supreme Court declines to fast-track a case involving Trump's immunity. Investigators are looking into whether the U.S. was billed twice for coronavirus research in China.
Good news. Apps Bluesky is now allowing users to look at posts on its platform without logging in. This is a positive development as it increases accessibility and convenience for users.
Bad news. Spotify is disinvesting in France in response to a new music streaming tax. This is negative news for the company, as it indicates a negative impact on their operations in the country. Bad news. Beeper has given up on its mission to bring iMessage to Android users after facing obstacles from Apple. This is disappointing for Android users who were hoping to access iMessage on their devices. Good news. Google has updated Chrome on desktop with a proactive safety check feature. This is beneficial for users as it enhances their browsing experience and provides better control over browser memory usage.
Good news. Claim, a social network that lets users earn and trade rewards, has raised $4 million in seed funding. This is positive news for the company as it validates their business model and provides funding for further growth.
AI ethics keeps falling by the wayside. This article discusses how the field of AI ethics is not being given adequate attention and priority, which is concerning. This is bad news, as it implies that ethical considerations in AI development and deployment are being overlooked. Top robotics names discuss humanoids, generative AI, and more. This article highlights discussions among prominent figures in the robotics industry, indicating progress and advancements in the field. This is good news as it suggests innovation and collaboration among experts in robotics and AI.
It's critical to regulate AI within the multi-trillion-dollar API economy. The article emphasizes the importance of regulating AI, particularly within the API economy. This implies that there are concerns about the potential risks and challenges associated with AI integration and usage in various industries. It is seen as a call to action, suggesting a need for better oversight and governance.
SVB, SBF, and more. OpenAI, the 2023 Chronicles, P2. This article is part of a podcast series discussing significant events in the business and technology world in 2023. No specific news about a company is provided, so there is no clear distinction between good or bad news.
Archon Energy raises $110 million to grow U.S. Bitcoin mining capacity, launch AI cloud service in Norway. This article highlights the successful funding round of Archon Energy, a company planning to expand its Bitcoin mining capacity and launch an AI cloud service. This is generally seen as good news, as it reflects investment and potential growth in both cryptocurrency mining and AI services.
Biospace has a good news because they spoke with industry professionals who gave tips on how to make the most of your time in San Francisco during the JPM conference. Biopharma industry in 2023 has had a mix of positive and negative news. There have been record bankruptcies, a decrease in funding, and few IPOs. Layoffs and regulatory challenges have also been prevalent. However, there have been some positive developments as well, including successful M&A deals and the growth of the weight loss and antibody drug conjugate markets.
Biotech bankruptcies skyrocket. Several biotech companies, including Statera Biopharma, Sorrento Therapeutics, Aceragen, and Infinity Pharmaceuticals, have recently filed for bankruptcy, marking a significant increase in such cases. The surge in bankruptcies can be attributed to various reasons within the biotech industry. Some primary factors include the high costs associated with research and development, regulatory challenges, and the risky nature of drug development. Additionally, the lengthy and expensive process of obtaining regulatory approvals and patents often leads to financial strain and, in some cases, insolvency. The competitive nature of the industry, coupled with the uncertain outcomes of clinical trials and the constant need for funding, also contribute to the financial instability faced by many biotech companies. FDA approvals of novel drugs based on limited clinical evidence indicate a trend towards regulatory flexibility in areas with significant unmet medical needs.
Acadia Pharmaceuticals' DAYBUE has been approved as the first dedicated treatment for Rett syndrome, offering hope to the Morel family whose twins, Kenzie and Kaylee, were diagnosed with the neurodevelopmental disorder in 2016. Southern Research, a nonprofit organization based in Alabama, has received the designation of Tech Hub by the White House. This is good news, as it signifies that the organization is reshaping itself into a biotech powerhouse. The company, which initially focused on World War II-era technologies, is now shifting its focus towards healthcare solutions and is investing in the biotech sector. This move highlights their commitment to advancing medical research and finding innovative solutions in the healthcare industry.
AstraZeneca and Ionis have received FDA approval for a self-administered treatment for hATRPN. hATRPN stands for hereditary transthyretin amyloid polyneuropathy, which is a rare genetic disorder that affects the nervous system. The approval means that patients with this condition will now be able to administer the treatment themselves, providing more convenience and control over their healthcare. This news is considered to be good news as it provides a new treatment option for patients with hATRPN.
Biospace has reported that several pharmaceutical and biotech companies, including Aclaris, Asher, Atara, and others, have recently implemented staff cuts. While the specifics of each company's decision have not been mentioned, it is clear that these layoffs will have an impact on the affected employees and the industry as a whole. Such developments often occur for various reasons, ranging from financial restructuring to strategic realignment. This news highlights the ongoing changes within the pharmaceutical and biotech sectors as companies continue to adapt to evolving market conditions.
FDA has good news regarding gene-editing treatments. Companies like Vertex and CRISPR Therapeutics with their Exacel therapy and Verve Therapeutics with Verve 101 are making progress in this field. However, the FDA is also considering the potential risks associated with these treatments.
Biospace will be hosting a discussion on alternative funding strategies for the year 2024. This event, scheduled to take place on January 4th, 2024, will feature industry experts from Halia Therapeutics, Triumvira Immunologics, and the Alzheimer's Drug Discovery Foundation. The purpose of the event is to provide valuable insights and recommendations on financing options for companies operating in the healthcare and biotechnology sectors. Those interested can subscribe to Biospace to receive notifications when the discussion goes live. DP Tekken aims to expand its AI technology into human oncology, indicating good news for the company's growth and potential expansion into a new market.
ImpriMed's AI-powered dog cancer treatment technology is mentioned, suggesting positive news for the company's innovative approach in precision medicine.
Apple has halted sales of its Watch Series 9 due to a patent dispute, indicating a negative development for the company's products and potential financial impact.
Valley investors are targeting cow burps as a way to combat methane, indicating positive news for the investors' efforts in addressing climate change.
Cogita, an e-commerce wholesale marketplace, has raised $86 million in a Series B round, suggesting good news for the company's expansion plans and competitiveness in the European market. Clothing influencer shopping app LTK adds creator product reviews in its latest update. Good news for the app as it enhances user trust and provides valuable information for shoppers.
Lyft follows Uber's lead and removes its mask mandate. Bad news as it goes against COVID-19 safety measures and may increase the risk of transmission for riders and drivers. Amazon expands its custom-fit clothing service made for you with athletic tees. Good news for Amazon as it expands its innovative service, providing personalized options for customers. Walmart launches AI-powered virtual clothing, try-on technology for online shoppers. Good news for Walmart as it improves the online shopping experience and reduces the need for returns.
Pair Eyewear focuses on adult glasses as it takes in $60 million. Good news for Pair Eyewear as it indicates growth and success in the direct-to-consumer eyewear market.
Etsy's layoffs come as no surprise, suggesting that the company is facing some challenges. The article also mentions that the quality of Etsy's products is declining. The EU's provisional deal on gig worker rights failed to get enough backing from member states, indicating that there may be difficulties in establishing stronger worker rights for gig workers in the European Union.
HomeCooks, positioning itself as the Etsy of food, raised $3.2 million in seed funding, indicating that the company is doing well and had a successful crowdfunding campaign.
Egyptian B2B e-commerce startup MaxAB and Kenya-based e-commerce player Wasoko are in talks to merge operations, suggesting that both companies are considering a strategic move to strengthen their positions in the market.
A Lisbon startup raised $19 million by simplifying the production of customized merchandise, indicating that the company has found success in its niche market.
Archon Energy raises $110 million to grow U.S. Bitcoin mining capacity, launch AI cloud service in Norway. Good news for Archon Energy as they secure $110 million in funding to expand their Bitcoin mining capacity in the U.S. and launch an AI cloud service in Norway. This investment will enable the company to increase its total megawatts by 130% by mid-2024, indicating positive growth prospects for the company. Dog-themed meme coins are pawing their way back into investors' hearts. No specific company mentioned. Tokenization of assets can be a key driver of growth in crypto. No specific company mentioned. WorldCoin is no longer offering orb verification in India, Brazil, and France. Bad news for WorldCoin as they have decided to stop offering their orb verification service in 3 major markets. This move suggests that the company may be facing challenges or strategic changes that led to the discontinuation of the service in these countries.
Crypto valuations came back to earth in 2023, but VCs expect them to rise again in 2024. No specific company mentioned.
Prices fell in November for the first time since 2020. Consumer sentiment rose 14% to a 5-month high in December as households brought down their expectations for inflation next year.
Biden pushes strict climate subsidy rules despite energy producers' warnings. Proposed criteria for tax credits for producing hydrogen are being considered too strict and could harm the industry, according to energy companies.
This stat could transform how you view economic growth. When focusing on working age instead of total population, Japan emerges as a leader in economic growth.
Economist Robert Solow, known for studying innovation, dies at 99. Solow emphasized the importance of technical progress and innovation in driving economic growth and prosperity.
The rise of the forever renters. More Americans who would typically be homeowners are opting to rent, leading to changes in neighborhoods, savings patterns, and consumer preferences.
China's big banks cut deposit rates as growth plateaus. China's largest banks are reducing the deposit rates offered to savers, potentially enabling the central bank to implement interest rate cuts aimed at stimulating economic growth.
Fashion Off Script launches an app to create and buy AI-designed fashion. Good news. The company is introducing a new platform that allows users to create and purchase AI-designed fashion items, tapping into the potential of AI in the fashion industry.
The circular economy promises to remake retail. Why is it so hard to trust? Neutral News. It discusses the challenges and skepticism surrounding the implementation of the circular economy in the retail industry, without specifically mentioning any company.
Coach's knitwear supplier bets $1 million on Jelly Bean's fashion prediction tech. Good news. The article highlights how fashion design is becoming more predictable with the use of big data and artificial intelligence, which is beneficial for companies like Coach's knitwear supplier.
Peer-to-peer fashion rental marketplace. Pickle picks up $8 million. Good news. Pickle, a peer-to-peer fashion rental marketplace, has secured $8 million in seed funding for expansion, indicating investor confidence in the growing rental market.
Boys Club co-founders want crypto skeptics to see it as a tool, not just a vehicle for finance or investments. Neutral news. The co-founders of Boys Club discussed their perspective on crypto without mentioning any specific company.
The man preparing for a Berkshire Hathaway without Warren Buffett has a good news. Their product service is Greg Abel, an energy veteran and Canada native, who will take charge when Warren Buffett is no longer leading Berkshire Hathaway.
Fintech had a mix of good and bad news in 2023. The implosion of Silicon Valley Bank was a negative development for the fintech sector as it affected several startups. This indicates that fintech had some setbacks and challenges during the year. Vestwell's successful funding round of $125 million is good news for the company. The preempted round of funding suggests that investors have confidence in Vestwell and its workplace savings programs. Salesforce's acquisition of Spiff, an automated commission management platform, could be seen as positive news. This indicates expansion and growth for both companies. Tamara, a shopping and BNPL platform, achieving a $1 billion valuation in a financing round is undoubtedly good news. It demonstrates the success and potential of the fintech in the Saudi Arabian market.
The article about the wild ride of the fintech industry in 2023 suggests both positive and negative developments throughout the year. It implies that the sector experienced a mix of challenges and opportunities.
One Oli, an on-demand fashion app, recently closed a $1.5 million funding round. Good news, the company has secured additional funding to support its operations and expansion. 2Psyche, a Web3 platform supported by 776, aims to serve as an incubator, marketplace, and social community for the next generation of fashion designers and consumers. Good news, the company has strong backing and support to build its innovative platform. 3. Farfetch, a luxury fashion marketplace, had a successful debut on the NYSE, with its stock closing at $28.45, up 42% on its first day of trading. Good news, the company's strong performance in the stock market indicates investor confidence in potential future growth.
4. Zalando, a luxury goods and fashion portal backed by Samwer Brothers and Rocket Internet, launched Ameza, a platform with high-priced luxury products. No specific news mentioned.
Overall, there is a mix of good news for Ole, Psyche, and Farfetch, while no specific news is mentioned for Zalando Ameza.
Good news. Spada is solving the bed bug problem with devices that can identify bugs before they become infestations. This is positive news because it addresses a common issue and provides a solution.
Good news. IndieBio, a startup accelerator focused on biology-based startups, expanded its presence months before the pandemic. This is seen as a positive move as it shows foresight and a commitment to supporting startups in the biotech field.
Bad news. Etsy has announced layoffs. This is considered negative news as it indicates challenges within the company and potentially raises concerns about its financial performance.
Good news. There is still a market for early-stage deals and raising capital for startups, despite investors not being as interested in pitch decks as before. This suggests opportunities for early-stage startups to secure funding. Good news. Arduino is exploring manufacturing in India to limit counterfeit sales. This is a positive development as it shows the startup's initiative to address a problem and cater to market demand.
Good news. Spada, a startup, is solving the bed bug problem with its devices that can identify bugs before they become infestations. This is seen as a positive development in tackling a common issue. Good news. HomeCooks, positioning itself as the Etsy of food, has successfully raised $3.2 million in seed funding. This demonstrates that it did something right in its crowdfunding campaign slides. Good news. Figma, a tech company, is predicted to come out relatively unscathed despite Adobe no longer being part of the picture. This suggests that Figma has navigated through the uncertainty successfully.
Bad news. The tech industry has seen over 240,000 job losses in 2023, which is 50% higher than the previous year. This indicates a significant downturn in employment within the tech sector.
No specific company mentioned. There is a compilation of insights for tech founders, providing strategic insights for the venture landscape in 2024. This does not indicate any specific good or bad news.